have assembled the best in talent from grind, punk, and metalcore here at the waiting room for an all-out war. These battle sets won't just test skill, they'll test stamina, aggression, and the raw spirit of heavy music.
The Wicked Commissioner now giving his
We've
piece
got
before
4
the set.
epic battle sets lined up
Good
for all this
commissioner.
evening. The opening
Very good.
clash will give us the best in metalcore, followed by a brawl of punk chaos, and then the grindcore main event.
I can't wait.
Each band will fight tooth and nail for dominance, and at the end of the night, we will crown the ultimate champion.
Ultimate Championship, Tyson.
It's gonna get bloody.
Showdown.
I've been waiting.
Jeffrey the referee.
Yeah, Skylar
This will
Augustine,
be our first. This is our
referee
first
for the night.
championship trophy for our metalcore set. Our judges will be scoring based on sound and execution, stage presence, crowd reaction. So that's where you guys are important.
It's all fair.
Creativity, and of course,
All fair, no fixing, there's no rigging of any kind, it's all just by chance.
No matter what Gets Repair says.
No matter what, it's all just important to realize that, you know, it just takes away the spirit of the event to just fix the match.
It's almost insulting.
It is. We're all professionals
And
here.
Ex Nihilo are here to prove who reigns supreme with crushing riffs and relentless energy. Both fans may be opening the show, but don't think for a second that they'll hold back. This is going to be brutal. Get loud for these warriors of metalcore mayhem. Now let the battle set begin!
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between.
Can't wait.
We're gonna hug you.
Wow!
So much.
We're joined by Shane from Man.
Yeah, and I'm blown away. This is amazing. What an audience.
Indeed, an audience indeed.
There's something, all right.
Come on, JIBLETS! All right,
Listen up, they don't even know what they're chanting.
It's all just
This one goes out to you, Giblets. We love you so much.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I'm gonna go to the Giblets thing.
And we're starting.
Anytime now.
I'm sure it'll get brutal and nice and grindy anytime now. Any second. I don't know if I'd say this is brutal enough. Classical. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, there's nothing crushing about this. This is just piano.
Oh, finally, here we go. Oh, so they're trying to be catchy, huh?
I don't know what to call this, but it is something. It is certainly something.
Every metalcore band ever.
waiting for brutality. I feel like we're not getting a lot of that. Oh yeah, this is brutal already.
Oh yes, wino core. Break up, couldn't even crush a paper cup.
Not a lot of movement from the crowd on this. You know, the lack of crowd participation might come to bite Ex Nihilo in the ass later on.
Hey, wait.
Participation from the crowd. This could prove to be a rather large detriment to this band. And you know, now Giblets has a chance to strike if they can... Oh my god!
I can't believe it, this is still the same song? Yeah. When will it get over?
Absolutely crushing breakdown from Ex Nihilo.
We love you, Giblets.
And that concludes the first song of first band Ex Nihilo. Now it's up to Giblets. It's their move.
I don't know. They didn't break any rules, at least. They're playing clean so far.
I don't know, there weren't a lot of blast beats. That's going to be a pretty hefty deduction of points on their end.
Are we ready?
It's very important that bands kind of, you know, we have rules for a reason.
Yes.
We can't just go around breaking. Already, Giblets off to a absolutely crushingly brutal start.
But still, what's the battle going to begin?
I'm not seeing a lot of battling. I'm seeing moves kind of being thrown at each other, but not a real engagement, I'm noticing. We're all waiting. I don't know when it's going to start.
Tempo change, folks.
You know, it's riffs like these, Tibbs, you just can't help but just move and get into it.
It's heavy. It's heavy as a feather.
And just listen to that guitar.
I wish I wasn't.
Already we're picking up the pace, and it is getting nice and first blast beat of the night.
Real trap shit.
Finally.
You know, and this is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for real jabs, and this is one hell of a jab from Giblets. absolutely crushing and brutality at its finest.
It's the most longest set ever. When's it going to be done? Please, for the love of God!
Oh my God. This is dirty. I don't know how Ex Nihilo is going to react to this. Excuse me, Nilo. Nilo? Whatever it is.
Jesus, I just even.
But it's important to keep in mind the night is still early, folks. Still very young. A lot can happen between now and then. I'll admit, we got a blast beat and we got some heavy, crushing riffs, but I'm not seeing a lot of battling yet. But like I said, night's still early. There's still a lot of fight to be had, Tibbs.
There better be.
We have to respond to that. All we can do is just give you this, the bottom of our hearts. More piano intros. Romantic. Set the mood.
Romantic? At a battle set? Just doesn't make sense. About as useful as tits on a bowl. Piano from Ex Nihilo. I don't know if it's going to help him though. There's nothing in the rulebook that says pianos add noise.
I don't even know if he's deader. On Grudge Reunion show or the crowd.
That's true. I don't know, Tibbs. This isn't really screaming brutal.
To each their own, I guess. Whatever you enjoy.
That's true. To each their own. It is also important to realize this is a metalcore showdown. I suppose it's a little different. True Swamp booing the announcers. This might come to bite him in the ass later.
Oh, here we go. Here's fucking.
We have special guest True Swamp. Drew doesn't know how to put on headphones.
What do you have to say for yourself? What's the pathetic excuse you have now? Oh, is that what you think?
True Swamp, I swear to God, if you bring this up again, I'm gonna kick you out of this fucking venue. You really don't, funnily enough. I will call security. That seemed to scare him off. Back to regular programming as usual. That was Drew dropping the mic on the ground like a fucking idiot.
Classic disappointment.
I don't know who he thinks he is. Why? I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
And we're the bad guys, apparently. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the bands.
Alright, we about to go to the club real quick.
Now we're getting more crowd participation from the bands. You know, getting the help of the crowd is a very important and powerful tool in a situation like this.
They can help him get on beat.
haven't heard one blast beat from this band, that's really gonna hurt them in the end. And you know, breakdowns aren't everything. You gotta have some spice to it. And you know, this set's already 10 points deducted from the grindcore spirit. This isn't grind at all. This is metal. Different ballpark. But I guess it's a disadvantage that they both have.
Maybe the point deducted for tuning in the guitars, but that's not in all of my ears. I just forfeit if I were you.
You know, I'm kind of forgetting this is supposed to be grind. This isn't grindy at all. Well, you know, I gotta give credit where credit's due. The sound is clean, crowd's reacting. All in all, other than the lack of blast beats and grind, I think they'll do alright. But Giblets is a heavy hitter, they gotta watch out.
Heavy loader, right? Look at the comments. Look who's participating in the comments.
Bruce Swamp talking a lot of smack in the chat, but I'm not seeing a lot of actions behind it. Actions speak louder than words, Drew Swamp. It's important to know. Now we're going back to Giblets.
Wow, we got a that is really, really good. What did you guys get? What? We got a that is really, really good. What did you guys get?
Crowd seems to be loving these two bands right off the bat.
I know we've got disappointment.
We love you guys.
I love you too, honestly.
Love.
If anybody on stage
This is
has
a battle set.
this
This isn't some hippie
This next one's
kumbaya
dedicated to you, man.
circle. There's no love. We need blood and messiness and.
I said it better myself.
Traditions is here
And you know, it's like
regularly.
you said, we butt heads a lot, but there are a few things we agree on. Already, Giblets starting off. Crushing.
Another rip, Tyson. You better listen.
And you know, it's important to realize these two bands are known for their crushing riffs and breakdowns. So if they just stick to their guns and what they're good at, I think it'll be just alright. But it's also important. Giblets already has more blast beats than Ex Nihilo. That's a lot of points.
Of course. It's almost unanimous at this point.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to be any surprise who's winning after this, but I guess we'll just see where the cards land.
If this is a hook, you want to be able to catch a fish.
Couldn't have said it better myself, dude.
I've seen the crowd of paralyzed people have more movement than this.
I've seen more movement in a nursing home. This is absolutely disappointing to see. I see banging heads, but not a lot of movement past that. They're really going to have to step up their game and get the crowd crowd involved.
Don't worry, fans. Tonight is going down. There'll be plenty of brutal.
This is all true. This is true. Looks like True Swamp's been real quiet. Still no action from him. No surprise there. My God, Tibbs, absolutely disgusting and devastating breakdowns for Giblets. It is going to be hard for Ex Nihilo to recover from this.
Oh, wow! It's Bear!
We got special guest Shane from Man.
Oh my God, it's Bear!
Did you guys hear that blast earlier?
We did.
Just let it out.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah!
What a lovely guy, Shane.
They're the champs.
They are the champs, winning by unanimous decision against Disrepair last battle set.
They're what every person in this entire arena could be. Wish they could be.
It's true, it's true. Absolutely brutal riff from Giblets. Very good job from Giblets. And as it stands, still not hearing a lot of blasts. Even Giblets has kind of ceased the blast game. Hopefully they can come back from this.
I need an energy drink or something. I don't know what's going on.
We gotta wake these guys up. They gotta get in there.
Liz, you're not supposed to mosh for them. Your husband's on our team.
You gotta show
Cut
them
it out.
First
Because we love
first
them,
little bit of
doesn't mean
shit talking between the bands we have.
Alright.
Here we have True Swamp looking like a smug piece of shit like always.
Walking away.
Yeah, walk on home,
Yellow's
boy.
chain running down his back.
I thought this was supposed to be grindcore. This sounds like pop music.
My Chemical sucks. They said give metalcore a try, and I saw this band, I went, no!
And you know, to each their own, but this is just a hard set to get behind. You know, we're here for grind and brutality. And yeah, Giblets has brought some pretty heavy riffs, but we just need more energy. More from the crowd, from the bands, we need blast, we need all of it. Real quick, just give a shout out to all the people in the
So
chat.
now it's a tight race mode. I don't know if it's going to come out on top.
As I was saying, thanks everyone in the chat for coming. Obviously, it would have been better if you showed up in person, but you know, to each their own. I guess some people just don't want to see a brutal show or something. I don't know. Ex Nihilo with them absolutely crushing it. But as crushing as it is, I'm not seeing a lot of crowd participation, and that is going to hurt him in the end. They may have the sound and the quality, but if there's no blast or no grind spirit, no crowd participation, that's going to hurt him in the end ultimately.
Well, of course, of course. That's a deduction of a point right there.
That in its own is minus like 1,000,000 points, but that's okay. To each their own.
It's their own.
Currently, Ex Nihilo is going up against Giblets, two metalcore icons battling in a head-to-head match. So far, it looks like Giblets has had more in their favor. They have blast, they have the energy, they have the crowd reaction. Ex Nihilo is just failing to deliver a little bit. No one likes a suck-up, True Swamp.
I'd have to say they're giving effort, but I can't even tell if they are or not.
Well, the important thing is these two bands are coming for victory, and no matter the cost. There's only one band coming out of this, and we've still yet to see the victory.
Unfortunately.
I don't know how much more I can take, but it's gonna go. Thank you, Drew. I always try.
There he is again.
Just shy of a blast. They may have the sound and they may have the energy, but it's not enough in the end.
This so-called crowd, I think, just decided.
And this is, in the end of the day, the Midwest Grindcore Showdown Alliance. There needs to be grind, there needs to be blast. You may have sound, but you need that grind.
Words will not save them.
No, words can only take you so far in this kind of situation. Back at Giblets once more.
Does your mom like this one? Does your mom like this song?
That's true, that's true. Both have absolutely devastating breakdowns, but in the end, that's not going to be enough. There's a whole multitude of things that these bands need to win.
Are we ready?
Breakdowns won't save them.
Oh, here they go again.
Giblets already off to a great start. We gotta get this crowd a cup of coffee. No one's moving at all. Another blast beat right off the bat. Absolutely crushed. This is really going to be in Giblets' favor at the end of this.
The battle finally begins.
Already I can see people moving closer to the front of the stage. It's just that damn good. Before, Ex Nihilo might have had a chance, but they just didn't deliver any blast beats or anything. So far, Giblets is leading in that department, and I think that's going to ultimately lead them to victory at the end.
I just feel sorry for the crowd. They have to decide a winner. I couldn't make the decision.
Well, if we could make decisions, this would be over already, but it is up to the crowd at the end of the day. They know best, I guess. It's important for us to stay unbiased, but I think I agree. Giblets might have this one at the back. But Ex Nihilo is still giving it their all, so we'll see what they can pull after this. Again, not a lot of blast coming from Ex Nihilo, and that's a whole 20-ish points. And at the end of this, if they're not going to have enough. And they're not getting many.
A lot of red pen how many marks this man is getting.
Oh yes, oh yes. A lot of people seem to be in favor of Giblets tonight. No big surprise. Looks like we're getting a wall of death from Giblets. This is going to help them a lot in the end. Dumb asshole moving the camera.
Well, like offensive death, that's just breakable and bendable.
You know, we have things set up for a reason, but I guess people just think cameras are made to be ran into. Already, Giblets opening up with a mosh pit. This is the most crowd reaction we've seen the whole time.
Hey, what do you want to say? I poop a lot.
He poops a lot. And
I didn't hear what he said, but hopefully it was something intelligent. Probably not, though.
The camera is not meant to be moved, people. Already, Giblets is showing leagues more potential than Ex Nihilo.
And Drew's getting his ass kicked by man. They better start up.
Wow! Incredible, thrilling performance. Dynamic.
Incredible. Brilliant. First walking I've ever heard you say, man.
Should have gotten some cones to keep people away from the announcers.
Yes. Nobody wants to wait for a disrepair. That's what Drew said.
Well, it's no surprise. Drew is a gluttonous dog who seeks to benefit himself in the moment. Of course, he only cares about his man. God damn it! If the camera gets moved again, I'm gonna fucking
nobody can listen.
You know, these things aren't meant to be bumped into, but I guess people just don't get the message.
There's our commissioner!
Commissioner Lucas, you're right.
Set the bar real high tonight for the rest of our competitors. What's here for? Ex Nihilo and Giblets!
It's a close one,
This
folks.
was just the first of 4 battle sets. We have more coming up. Up next, we have the Shitty versus Bowling Chunks.
Oh my God!
Stick around to find out who and who will rise in the heat of competition. All right. Also, we will be announcing winners for all battle sets tonight at the very end. Who do you think has tonight? Is it Ex Nihilo?
Decent reaction, but it might not be enough. I think we have a winner.
What an upset!
It's looking like Giblets is winning the first battle set.
And we will decide our winner.
But it is still to be decided. But it is looking like it's a lot more in Giblets' favor tonight.